Today I'm going to be looking at the Finn FN-2187 figure for the Force Awakens, obviously. This is Finn in his Stormtrooper uniform, essentially. And, I mentioned in my last 6-inch figure review that I've been having trouble finding the figures, or at least finding ones that I don't already have. And that still is the case. I did manage to find this one on Toys R Us online, actually, for retail price, which is nice. I can't bring myself at this point to spend more than retail on these, so I'm just kind of limiting myself to what I can actually find. So, as usual, on the packaging we have the black and white artwork here, and him here displayed pretty nicely. I think I like these packages. I don't keep my things in the package, but it looks good on the shelf. This is number 17, and on the back it says, after his first taste of combat during a brutal First Order night assault on a Jakku village, Stormtrooper FN-2187 defects from Kylo Ren's forces, becoming a fugitive. So, what I want to do is obviously get this out of the package and maybe make a comparison with the other Finn and Stormtrooper figures, and we'll go from there. So looking at Finn out of the box, I'll have to say my first impression is that he actually looks a bit better than the regular Stormtroopers I have. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it seems as though the black parts here are a bit darker somehow and a bit cleaner lines. We can take a look here at one of my other Stormtroopers. I don't think you can really tell any difference probably on camera, but at the very least, you don't have to worry about this one being inferior. If anything, it's a little bit better, I think. Now, obviously, he comes with the same things that the normal Stormtroopers do, which is a pistol and a blaster. I don't have it on this one, but it appears to be basically the same. One difference, of course, though, is on the head. The original Trooper just has a helmet that's non-removable, while Finn here has this helmet, and it is removable. It's not a thing where you swap his head and put it on there or anything like that. It goes right over the head, and I'll show you that in a minute. One thing I was a little worried about, though, is that sometimes when you have removable helmets, they are oversized to accommodate the size of the head, but this does not appear to be any different in size than the original helmet, which is great. I will say that this one, the removable one, is a bit less glossy than the original, and the reason for that is that this is made of kind of a rubbery plastic, to help you get it on the head, and I think that may be unavoidable to some degree. You might be able to spray this with some kind of gloss coat or something, but I don't know if it's worth doing. So the head just fits in there, thusly. Fits in nice, and with it on, you really can't tell the difference between this and the regular Stormtrooper, I don't think, just in terms of the way it looks. So that's great. I'm happy with that. I do kind of wish that they had a helmet, a removable helmet without the blood stains on it. I do like the blood stains. They're very iconic part of the movie, but it would be nice to have one where he's just plain, a plain Stormtrooper, because you could use it then, as an extra Stormtrooper if you wanted to, or as, Finn before the battle on Jakku. But in any case, I'm pretty impressed with this. Now, if we want to look at the head a little closer, I had assumed originally that this was going to be just, as I said, a kit bash kind of thing where you have the Stormtrooper's body and then the previous Finn figure's head on it. But in reality, if we look at these, I'm going to get a little closer in a second, but you'll see that these are not the same sculpt. They are slightly different. Let's see if we can get in there. Okay. On this one, the original one, his nose appears to be a bit broader, and the lips are in a bit of a different shape. I think the eyebrows are slightly different. He looks a little bit angrier here. And, of course, in terms of paint, there's also some differences. The eyes, which you probably can't see very well, are different. I don't know how close we can get. Let's see. Yeah, well, there we go. You may not be able to tell this, but on the original one, at least on mine, he's kind of looking upward a little bit, or his eyes, you can see the whites of his eyes beneath the pupils, and it looks like he's kind of angry. Whereas this one, it's more of a neutral expression. I much prefer this one, I must say. Now, I do think it is probably possible, from what I understand, to pop off the head of this figure, put it on one of the original Stormtrooper figures' bodies, and more or less have this. I decided not to try it because I don't really want that figure, and I've had a little trouble popping off heads in the past. I don't really want to have to go through the, you know, the hot water and everything right now just to show you that, but I would say, you know, even assuming that's possible, I prefer this head sculpt, and you also don't get the removable helmet. So I think there is a reason to buy this figure as opposed to trying to make your own. Plus, you know, if you take the head off of this figure and the body from a Stormtrooper, you're kind of left with two halves of a figure that you can't do anything with, really. So in conclusion, I'm actually pretty impressed with this figure. I wasn't too enthusiastic about it going in, just because it seemed like a bit of a lazy figure to make. But it's well done, and they've done this removable helmet quite well without having to make his head too small or the helmet too big. And I wonder if you could even remove these bloodstains with a little nail polish remover or something along those lines, and get a regular helmet out of it so you could use it for a custom or something like that. It might be worth looking into. If you've already, you know, got a collection of Force Awakens 6-inch figures, I would think this one is pretty much a must-have, because of course Finn, being a Stormtrooper, is central to his character and to the plot of the whole movie. So yeah, I definitely recommend this one. I've made a number of Force Awakens 6-inch figure reviews if you want to take a look at a couple of those. If you like this review, push the like button. And by all means, feel free to subscribe. It costs nothing more than the calories you use up clicking your mouse button. So until next time, thank you very much for watching.